Hi, and welcome to Old School Rhythm and Blues Guitar. It is time for the classic R&B guitar solo lesson for April through June 2018. I'm going to show you the guitar solo in an obscure song called Confessin, My Heart, and it's by Wilbert Harrison, the same guy that did Kansas City. And on guitar you have Mickey Baker, and the great Mickey Baker plays this incredible solo in the song. It's kind of an unusual tune, and if you listen to it, you should listen to it before you try to do this lesson. It's just got a different kind of chord structure to it, different kind of timing. The chords are simple, but the timing is different. And the song mostly it's an F sharp. And he's going to be playing the solo stuff primarily over the first position blues box in F sharp. And the song, a lot of chords, and then these stop times. And this goes on. And then when it gets to the solo, it's something like this. And right here is where Mickey Baker comes in. What I'm going to do is play, to the best of my ability, the first part of the solo. I'll show you the first part of it pretty much note for note. And the last part is really more complicated. And what I'll do is show you some of the key licks and where he's playing, and then if you want to figure it out note for note, you can. Otherwise, be better off to improvise, I think. The solo goes like this, the first part of it. Something like that. What he's doing, just to kind of explain it, is he's going to an F sharp double stop on the first and second strings. It's right over the second position F sharp bar chord. There's the first position, second position. So in the solo, it's kind of this theme where he plays this riff on that double stop, and then he goes into these single string runs in the first position blues box. So I'll go through each one of these slowly and show you exactly what's going on there. So he starts out with this lick. First finger on the 9th fret of the first string, ring finger on the 11th fret of the second string. And he plays that the very first time around. He does it differently. He goes like this. And what I hear is a second position F sharp bar chord, like a power chord. And the key strings, the key position is on the 11th fret, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. And he might actually just play that, or he may make the whole bar chord shape. Listen to the original and see what you think. So that first lick. And then he's going to very quickly come back down here and play this lick. And what I hear is he's bending on the 5th fret of the 2nd string to the 2nd fret of the 1st string. Some kind of lick. Check the tab. I have it tabbed out as accurately as I can note for note. So that first part, then he does it again, but this time he doesn't play the chord, he does this. Starting that lick on the 5th fret of the 1st string. Back to this. Now he's going to play this. And this is a typical Mickey Baker lick. Bending up the 4th fret of the 3rd string with my first finger anchored on the 2nd fret, 1st and 2nd strings. And I'm picking the bend and then getting the 2nd and 1st strings. Very common Mickey Baker lick. He does that twice. And then the last time he just goes from the 4th fret of the 3rd string to the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. So it's like this. Back into that. And he does this again. Then he plays something like this. Whoops. Where he's going to really hold that bend on the second string. I'm using all 4 fingers with my pinky on the 5th fret of the second string. So it's something like this. And then he comes back, and the song here is going to go to the B, and he's going to go into this leg. Something like that. That's what I have tabbed out. And then from that point, he's going to go into some pretty complicated stuff. So let's just take the first part of the solo. I'll play it through all the way through slowly one time. Whoops, forgot. And then he's going to do this. Whoops. And then he goes in another one of these. One of those licks, check the tab, and he plays around. If you want to get exactly what he's playing there, you can listen to it. I listened to it over and over again, and I tabbed out what I think he's doing. But I'll let you figure it out. One of the cool licks, he plays a couple really cool licks in this part of the song. There's one part where he goes like this. Kind of climbs up. I hear him going from the 2nd to the 4th to the 2nd on the 3rd fret, 3rd string. And then sliding, this double stop slide, maybe from the 4th fret to the 6th fret on the 3rd string to the 5th fret of the 2nd string. So something like this. Then to the 7th fret of the 2nd string, 5th fret of the 1st string. I think he gets it twice on the 7th fret of the 1st string. Something like this. And then he just comes back to the 6th fret of the 3rd string. You can check the tab and listen to the recording, but this idea is really neat. The way he climbs from the 1st position blues box into the 2nd blues box. Then he comes back, plays a bunch of single string runs again, which I think you'd be better off improvising, because trying to play exactly what he's doing and imitate it's be kind of hard. He's just know that he's playing in that 1st position blues box. He does have one lick at the end, which is kind of cool. He does something like this, which he uses to wrap up the song, which is just a variation on this. And he's going like this. I think that's it at the end. So it's just a neat solo. The way he uses the double stop interspersed with these single string runs. Neat stuff. It's kind of a call and response, talking back and forth between the double stop part and the single string part. It's a very powerful solo, and his tone is fantastic. So listen to the original. It's called Confessin My Heart, Wilbert Harrison. It's from the mid to early 50s, maybe 1954, 55. And to me, it's one of the really unique solos in the whole annals of recorded rhythm and blues. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Hope it's helpful. If all fails, it'll maybe get you to listen to the song, and then you can figure out things that I got wrong or left out. I did try to tab out the entire solo, and I'll leave it up to you. If you want to figure it out note for note, you can go to those parts, especially in the second half of the solo, which are kind of tough to hear and piece together note for note. Again, I think you're better off improvising. You can use these parts. Those are neat, but then up here, you can do all kinds of stuff, or down here, you can do all kinds of stuff just on your own in the 1st position blues box. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. I'll be back again with a classic rhythm and blues guitar solo, probably 2 or 3 months from now. And until then, take care.